So it's obviously a Monday, and in South Africa, that's when we get the weekly letter from the president. Now, today the president highlighted something to do with the slow pace of economic growth, and he says something to the effect that as government, the pace of economic growth and the creation of employment and the uplifting of the poor out of their plight is not at the pace at which they would like it to be, right? So this is a project that started in October of 2020, right? Which means it's just under 4 years that this project started. And we're in October of 2023, and nothing much really has surfaced. Now, when I say nothing much has surfaced, I need to be fair and point out that what I mean by that is that there hasn't been a material change in the conditions of poor black people in particular in the country. All right? So the unemployment keeps soaring. The president did mention that there was a loss of 2 million jobs, or just under 2 million jobs. And that's a worry. That is a worry. Government needs to worry about that because, again, I don't want to sound like an alarmist, but if we do not curtail the bloodbath of jobs being lost in South Africa, there is going to be a problem. There is going to be a fundamental problem which we will not be able to handle. All right? So we need jobs. We need sustainable jobs. We need the economy to be able to absorb jobs and decrease unemployment significantly. Now, let me touch on SMMEs and entrepreneurship. Now, government does not have a program at the moment. As I am recording this video, government does not have a comprehensive program to support SMMEs and ensure that SMMEs, small businesses like the one I run, have a runway. Let me call it a runway. Have a runway. In other words, small businesses are able to be sustained by government for a certain period up until they are up and running on their own, right? And we have good examples of this from other countries. We have good examples also of big companies, big brands that we know, that I can think of, that were part of the government comprehensive program in other countries. And those brands, you probably drive them. You probably own a car that is sold to you by these brands. And those brands are probably, you probably didn't know that actually it was the government of the country of their origin of these brands that actually made them what they are today, 50 years later, 80 years later, 100 years later. I'm therefore saying that government needs to be serious about SMMEs, small businesses, in terms of giving them a runway so that these SMMEs can fulfill what the government calls the greatest percentage of jobs coming from SMMEs. Now, I agree with government when they say that. I agree with government that the bulk of jobs are going to come from SMMEs. However, SMMEs are struggling. SMMEs are struggling, and government is not doing anything about sustaining and helping these SMMEs so that these SMMEs can be able to stand on their own and be able to employ and sustain those employments. All right. So we cannot talk about employment. We cannot talk about SMMEs being employers, being at the forefront of employment if, as government, we're not spending money on SMMEs and ensuring that they are sustainable, to say the least. All right. So I think in response to the president's letter, I think that government needs to be serious about the unemployment, the loss of jobs, the bloodbath when it comes to jobs. South Africans are losing jobs, right? South Africans are losing jobs like you cannot believe, right? So if then there is this problem and this challenge, government needs to act quickly. Now, leaders are people who have a sense of urgency, right? They have an urgent agenda, and generally leaders are angry people. They are angry at a slow pace of implementation. Leaders hate analysis that paralyze the project that they want to accomplish. Leaders have imagination. Leaders are visionaries. Once they envision something, once they gather a team and build a team, they go at it and they implement what needs to be done. And I'm saying that government needs to be serious about fast-tracking and speeding up the process of actually getting young people, getting middle-aged people into jobs. It is urgent. It is rather urgent. Otherwise, what's going to happen in South Africa cannot be controlled. Because we all know that what we have, the model we have at the moment, where you've got unemployment shooting through the roof, right? And an economy that's not creating jobs, and an economy that is not spending money on the South African people, we all know what's going to happen. And we will not be able to handle it. At the risk of sounding like an alarmist, but we need to say these things so that when they happen, it's not like we didn't say them. Now, I want to end this video by tapping into the issue of what the AG reported. And I saw this on Twitter today. The AG is owed up to R1 billion, if I'm not mistaken, where government is not paying for the audit fees, right? I mean, really, government is not paying for the audit fees of the Auditor General. What is that? So we need urgency. I'm saying, the point I'm making is that we need urgency. It can no longer be business as usual. All right? If you're a leader and you're watching this video, I'm saying to you, it can no longer be business as usual. It needs to be business unusual. We all have got to put our hands on the deck. We've got to put our shoulder at the wheel and contribute towards getting rid of what's stifling our economy. We've got to get the economic levers moving so that we leverage on what we have, leverage in such a way that businesses are able to sustain jobs and not lose jobs. All right? So if you are seeing this video, it means that you most probably are on my YouTube channel. I have a target of getting to 5,000 viewers, subscribers, 5,000 viewers, 5,000 subscribers on my channel on YouTube. If you can see this video, please click the link below, click the button below, click the like button, click the share button, but most importantly, please click the subscription button. Thank you.